Dear sisters, I have been married for 3 years now. I love my husband very much, but there is one thing I cannot stand about my husband. He likes to make friends with females too much. He is always around women, and I don't find this interesting. In fact, any woman he finds on social media or at events, he will take their numbers and immediately get chatty with them. It just doesn't end there. My husband has slept with some of these ladies, and unfortunately, I know about them all. Anytime I confront him, he brushes me off and treats it as if it's not a big deal. He would say, and I quote, "You worry too much. They are just my friends. Mind your business and leave me alone." Sisters, I'm very confused. How can I mind my business in my own house? Is my husband's business and well-being not my business? I really need your advice on this matter because I don't understand what is going on. And she put her name here, and I don't want to call the name. Yeah, but we received it. Sister, why is your face like
I think I'm just disgusted.
Yes.
Oh my God.
It's annoying.
It's annoying. It's distasteful. It's disrespectful. Charlie. Should I?
Yeah.
I like how she has to clear her throat for that.
You see, look, certain things are just awful. First of all, because she wrote the letter to us, we would have to address her first. Yeah. You should be worried about your health, first of all. And by your health, I mean, HIV is all over the place. Now, your psychological well-being is also very important. This man is literally sweeping the floor with your face. It's not nice. It's not a good look on a married man to be all over the place. One, even if you're not sleeping around, to make friends with so many women to the discomfort of your wife is not a good look. Now, to go ahead and sleep with some of these women is also very insulting to your wife. Madam wife, I think you need to either go for therapy or get out of this relationship. I don't want to make this very long because most of the times some things just call for a particular solution, and I wouldn't want to belabor the points here. If your husband is sleeping around, it's a red flag. There's no other way to put this. It's not like with one person that you'd say, oh, maybe that's the love of his life, and he's aside from you, she's the only one she sleeps with, which is even still wrong. But I mean, there are certain things that you know. But if that has become a habit and he's doing it without remorse, he's telling you to mind your business, as if he doesn't even recognize the sanctity of the marriage that he's supposed to have committed himself into. There's a problem. The problem is huge in this marriage. And look, even in the Bible, there's supposed to be a cause for divorce, which is supposed to be adultery, right?
Yes.
And your husband is literally committed it. He's committed it. Boldly. Yeah. He feels no remorse with all that he's done, and he's telling you to mind your business. I think you should get a therapy. And I think, like Rosie would always advise, have separation, and from separation, please get a divorce. Look, sometimes you would think hanging on for so long would make a difference. It only gets worse with time. It only gets worse with time. And I feel like, look, when you imagine now as an adult, when I imagine life skills, I feel like these are some of the things they should have taught us growing up. How to let go of people when things aren't just what you expect it to be. It is not a crime to let go of certain relationships, certain friendships, certain associations when it's not working or helping you grow or thrive as a person. You know, there is no award to be won for sticking around longer or staying or holding on tighter or longer than necessary. There is no award to be won anywhere. When somebody desecrates upon your name and the sanctity of the marriage or the relationship that you're supposed to have, look, one thing that will happen is you will lose your self-worth in this whole process. For how long do you want to be hearing or seeing such things with somebody that you're supposed to do life with How long are you supposed to? How long are you going to hold on for? And for what award, really? It's if she hasn't mentioned children here, but I think I hope she doesn't have children. It will be easier to move on and to cut this person off entirely, because he has no moral compass. He has no respect for you as a human being, one, and as a wife, two, and as a woman that he's known and is supposed to be committed to doing life with. He has no respect for you on all these three fronts. There is no reason why you should be sticking around longer than necessary. I don't, maybe it's because I'm not married or never been married, but I don't subscribe to this fact of when things are not working, stick around. I think they should have taught us that growing up. Another thing they should have taught us growing up is to know your self-worth to the point where when anybody comes around you and attempts to desecrate upon it, it's easy for you to just walk away and cut yourself loose. Because you see, sometimes when you do these things for so long, it makes you lose yourself completely to the point where you start to doubt your own existence, that do I even matter in this world? Am I worth anything? People are committing suicide daily because to get to the point where you are committing suicide, it means you feel like, Charlie, you don't matter in this world anymore. And you don't want anybody to get you to that level. It's hard already being a Ghanaian and being in this world, thanks to how our government is positioned or is handled the country, let alone now being in a relationship that doesn't make you thrive or happy. I think she should walk out of this. I will stick to that stand no matter what my sisters say. I think she should walk out of this.
Rosie, with Islam.
Yeah, I mean, I couldn't agree more, because you see, even though I have sisters, I grew up amongst guys, because from school I was drawn to boys. Being a science student, like 3 girls in the class, the rest are all boys, and then moved on to tertiary, still reading science. So there was like a lot of guys around me. I played basketball, so a lot of guys around me, the athletics and everything. But you see, even though I had a lot of men around me, boys around me growing up, so if you scan into my friends, I have more guy friends than more lady friends. However, when you're about to do this thing called marriage, there's something you need to show your partner, that's respect. You need to put your partner in that space where when they're at work, when they're in the field, in their mind, they're at rest that you're not with somebody else. It's very important. So it's not like you don't love those friends of yours anymore. Oh, you love them, you still get in touch with them once in a while, but you need to start setting certain boundaries as far as those people are concerned. Now, when you get married, you meet new people. Also set boundaries. You know, earlier on we were talking about people who slip into people's DMs, and then they want to say very nice things to you, or I wish you were my this, I wish you were my that. And initially I'll give you the courtesy of saying that, look, I'm married. And the moment you proceed trying to be nice, I block you instantly, because then I feel like you're disrespecting my space. I'm not doing that because I'm not enjoying the attention. I'm not doing that because I don't think I think the person's lying. I know I'm beautiful, I know I'm gorgeous and everything, but I need to respect who I'm with and not let that get into my head. And that is what this man is not doing. One, he wasn't ready to get married.
Yes.
He wasn't ready to get married. I'm sure somebody told him that, oh, you know, Charlie, right now your job, no, right now you get job, right now you get car, Charlie, they make money, Charlie, this girl, she be nice girl, Charlie, catch her before somebody. So he just like, oh yeah, this is a good thing on paper. Then he went ahead and then decided to get married. But he wasn't ready to get married. He wasn't ready to commit, because any mature man who understands the meaning and purpose of marriage and is ready to get married would not entertain other women. Especially, look, there are men who, even because of weakness, they try and do it like they are trying to hide. But this one, he's flaunting it in front of the lady. And like she said, HIV statistics is really on the rise. Now, HIV is even the least of your problems, because HIV, at least you can live with HIV. There are other more serious STDs that are around. Some of them go undetected. By the time you detect it, things are knocking things. And so it's important that you like you said, if there are children in the marriage, then sometimes it gets a bit difficult, but it's still doable. If there are no children, then it's easy to call a spade and move on. 3 years of marriage, I don't think you are too old, Ama. If it's just 3 years, you can easily move out.
Even if you are 50 years, work out.
I'm just referring to this particular one that 3 years there. So if at 3 years you are going through this, then by 5 years, 6 years, 7 years, Charlie, me, I've done almost 8 years, and Charlie, sometimes I feel like that's the reason why I've lost my edges. But we're there inside still, you know what I mean? So if at 3 years you are seeing this, and it's upfront, and what I've seen is not even this.
Yeah.
You understand? It's not even up to this. And my edges, so I can imagine if I were in your shoes. So all I'm saying is that, look, mental health, May supposed to be mental health month, so it's important. There's a reason why the world decided to give a whole month to mental health, because it's very important. And some of these things, they eat you up. At some point, you start asking yourself, am I worth it?
True.
Am I not enough?
Yeah.
Sometimes it's so bad that you look in the mirror. If you're not careful, you begin to justify why he's talking to the other woman.
Yeah.
Because you are looking at my flat nose, my small eyes, my long chin. You are looking at my big arms. You are looking at my big this, my small this, my fat this, my stretch marks, my this, the size of my. You see, you begin to now justify. Then you get into this bubble of somebody who just feels unworthy of even life.
Yeah.
And then it dovetails. So if you're not careful, for the rest of your marriage, you begin to feel like a doormat. Believe that that's a part. Believe that you're a doormat, and begin to take anything as such. Look, no man, I think the man is just ready for marriage. So if he's not ready for marriage, you help him. Get out.
Yes. Yeah.
Get out.
Let him be single.
But in getting out, I always say that, you see, especially as a woman, when you are dating a man, you are doing the whole shakara. The moment the man marries you, you go to this level of washeme nyunyam. So there's a part of your system that increases the love that you had for him prior to the marriage. So sometimes before a woman leaves a man, it takes a lot. But my dear, you are worth it. You have value. You're a woman of substance. Build it up here first. Build it up there next. And then you exit. Because the sad truth is for you to exit and now become a divorced wife who is now a lover. Because you've not emotionally dealt with it. See it for what it is. And get yourself ready and prepared to exit. Some people will do that before they exit. Some people will exit and learn how to live without. Whichever way works for you, do it. But by all means, for 3 years, this is not something you should be in. So I completely side with Sicho that this is not a marriage I would recommend that you stay in. If it was one person, then you can diagnose that one person. You can deal with that one person. But this is like, it's dotted all over.
Yeah.
And this issue about soul ties. You see, there's a spiritual element to this. Soul ties. Dotting, receiving, come and point you. Dotting.
Yeah, come and
the
point
exchange.
you.
If you forget about soul ties, the exchange of fluids. Your fluid doesn't match my fluid. My fluid, your disease, my disease, then if you're not careful, you start new saints and Charlie, it's a whole ball game. So my dear, I don't think this is a healthy marriage. The man wasn't ready. Don't force him to be ready when he's not ready. So exit. When he's truly ready, he'll find that one person that he will not do these things with. And you also find somebody who will value and respect you for who you are.
Yeah. Right, Olivia?
Yeah. This is a clear example of not how the Bible talks about you not having to be unequally yoked with somebody. The person is on a different tangent and so are you. It makes me wonder how your courtship was like and how marriage counseling was like. Like, did he get it? Based on what did he get married? Because he's acting, even a 2-year-old child will not say this, will not do this. Because, the day that you say I do because you want to commit to somebody's daughter. And to wake up every morning and look at that woman and look her in the face and tell her to mind her business because you're going around shagging around. Like, you are not even responsible for yourself and for somebody's daughter. And you think it's okay. I always say that usually women are more mature than men, and we need to give men time to mature. This guy, there's no sitting around and no waiting. Honestly, you're on a different tangent. How you see life is different. How you see the importance of keeping your matrimonial bed important and holy. He doesn't even understand that. To be sitting and chatting girls on social media and coming back to you, sleeping with them and coming back to you to sleep with you, and you think, okay, you see, love is not self-seeking. Your husband is very self-seeking. Love is not proud. He's very proud because he doesn't care about you as a human being, not even as a wife, just as a human being. He doesn't care about the fact that it weighs you down. Honey bunny, your BP is going to go up. Because immediately your husband goes on his phone. You see him, you're probably in the kitchen, you pop an eye, you see him, he's on his phone. You're thinking, who is he talking to? How long is he talking to? Why can't he be talking to me? The thing is, if he's not spending quality time with you, when you are well deserving, when he decided to choose you amongst all the cool minini women there, then did he really love you? It makes me wonder, based on what? Or is he out of love with you? If he's out of love with you, he should tell you, so that you know that at least you've gotten a broken heart, it didn't work out and it's gone. But to put you in a house and to take you through this mental trauma, emotional trauma, psychological trauma, and women, they always expect women to be tough, women to be like, take it easy, pray about it, pray for him. Sometimes these men don't want to be prayed for. They don't want to be saved. All he wants to do is to meddle in his nonsense and thinks that time is there for him. And a man without conscience in a marriage, forget it. For how long are women going to sit down and babysit these immature adulterers? Like, for how long? Honestly, on this note, for your sanity, especially for your health, and especially because you called his attention to it and he doesn't care about you, I will walk out. Honey bunny, it's time to walk out. It's not worth it. He has no intentions of being remorseful. He has no intentions of stopping. It's like, oh, okay, then be there. So what are you going to do?
Yeah.
Are you going to sit down every time and just wait for him to come and then, and like Rosie said, for me, you can be there in your space, minding your business, praying, doing all that you have to do as a well-deserved wife. And you go and carry all these demons. And 1 second, because you also feel obliged to do your responsibility as a wife, you will just open up and you probably will not even ask him, because when you ask him that he should use protection, you now come and ask you, why should he use protection? Like, Charlie, no, this is not right. This is not right. And it's okay. I feel like once in a while, it's okay for women to get up and say, enough of this nonsense. Enough. Like, you can call family members to sit in and talk. The guy does not have conscience.
Exactly.
He's flaunting it. The next time you call family members, they're going to sit down and he'll do it behind you.
Right.
So, because he doesn't love you, he doesn't understand what true love is. And he doesn't have love for you and with you. So there's no point you being in a relationship like that and holding on. No amount of prayers. The guy doesn't want to be. It's like begging somebody to take medicine because they are sick. He does not want to repent. He loves his life.
Yeah.
He thinks he's single. And honestly, like, we all don't know whether you guys have kids or don't have kids. Honestly, I don't even want to see your children around a man like this who thinks it's okay, because he's not even going to be like, his mind, he's not father material, he's not husband material, but you are. And he's not something that your kids should be looking up to. So even if you have kids, I would not advise you to be in a relationship like that.
Right. And I also think she has, there's this impression that she gives from the letter. I love my husband very much. That means she sort of like, whatever he's doing, she still has to be there. That's how she sounds.
But if you love your husband too much, you see, don't be a bin bag and allow people to just put their trash
in you. Because sometimes love is overrated, and love has to be two-way. Immediately is one way, and it's only one person giving all the love, giving all the attention, being faithful. Then it's not love. It's almost like you might as well just stand and have a relationship with the wall, because the person is not empathetic of you. The person doesn't see things from your perspective. Why hold on to that? Okay, if you think that you love him, then sit down and pray for him that maybe one day he'll be delivered from the spirit of what do you call it? Adultery. And if that's the kind of love, then okay, please, so let me not come in between you.
So we actually have some Facebook comments here. This is by Atrefi Arthur. Stop complaining and let him do his thing. Now start dressing well, go out more and pretend that you are talking to guys. Enjoy your life and let's see how he takes it. Don't allow him stress you. The day you stop complaining about his selfish behavior and start looking happy, he will become steady.
It makes no difference.
No, you see that.
What if it's that day that
this advice works in movies. It works in movies.
Under different circumstances. And this particular circumstance warrants
no.
That's why I was telling you earlier that you see, they needed to have taught us in life skills. They needed to have taught us
cooking.
Yeah, they taught us cooking, but they didn't teach us how to let go. You realize that you're in toxic friendships with other people, and you don't even know how to just end that friendship and move on with your life. When you leave, then you are feeling guilty in your head as if you've left someone behind. No, sometimes
I think that when you start having to play games,
it's too much.
In order to grab somebody's attention, then it's no more worth it. When you begin to be an investigative journalist, in order to grab somebody's attention, it's not worth it. If you have to look, the moment you have to go out of yourself to do something that is not in your character to do, just to grab somebody's attention or to do right, to do basic.
And mind I think this man you married and went to the altar with is not a baby. It is one thing we keep forgetting. These men are not children. They are fully aware of what they are doing. For a man to come to you and say, I want you to be my wife, he has gone through a whole process. He's been trained by his mother already. He's an old dog.
I think that comment is coming from a movie that person, a Nigerian movie that person watched on YouTube. Honestly, because it was the same story of this woman whose husband was chronically cheating on her. She decided, initially she was like, she's housewife material. She doesn't do anything. The person told her, change your lingerie, be sexy, go out, do whatever. The guy still cheated. So it makes no difference. Like, people don't understand what it is like to have a heartbreak and live in a marriage.
And also quick one, I wanted to say that
you can't live with that 24/7 and be okay.
And I also wanted to say that quickly. Now, assuming she also decides to play the game, and then she ends up having sex with somebody else. Then it means that now you compound yourself, and if you're not careful, you now blame yourself, thinking, okay, me too, I've done it. So now you can't even complain. Then it puts you into a deeper mess.
No, but you know what Sicho said about letting go? The thing is, even the people we expect to be to teach us about letting go don't know how to let go. It's how we are all programmed and wired. So let's continue with the comments before we go on a break. Tyan Prosper says, take the matter to someone your husband respects so much, like a mentor or a pastor and his parents, and because this is a serious red flag.
Guy doesn't even respect himself.
Sylvia Opari says, sis, do all that they are telling you. He'll never change. You are going to treat series of STIs and go through emotional stress. Just know the truth.
Sylvia is right.
Golden Boy says, sit him down and tell him the consequences of his actions. If he does not stop, report him to his parents.
Oh, really?
Oguchelina said, it's to actually mind your business. Just like he told you, sis. Please, which business pays you again, sis? Yes, go ahead and mind it. The only thing that will change right now is that you start to make your own plans. You focus on your own strengths and begin to build yourself value-wise. You restrict him from access to your body. And as you wouldn't want to suffer the consequences of his wandering penis, remember that there are so many STDs and STIs.
No, but you see, the marriage you
That
want
will
to
send you to
enjoy.
early grave.
Exactly.
But the marriage, no, you want to enjoy the marriage.
then
So if you are with a man and you are restricting the man from your body, you see,
For how long?
body no be firewood.
I think the best advice is what all of us are.
Yeah.
Don't marry
Yeah.
a prayer topic. Marry a prayer partner.
Yeah.
This is a clear case. He's not a prayer
Pastor, I
partner. Let
listened
it
to who
go.
said, have you been favored or you've been cursed
You see?
in your marriage?
Anyway, let's take a quick break and we'll come back and look at the second letter that you sent.